going to get. You know what is waiting for you.
I'm the Africa number one, you know it.
You're talking shit, man.
Yeah,
Stop
man.
talking.
I'll beat the shit
We'll
out of
see.
you. All right.
We'll see.
All right.
Stop talking about Africa.
All right, you got
I'm number
confidence?
one. Your brother Joshua knows
All
that
right,
I'm
you
number
better
one.
face.
I'm
You
the
better
king.
be ready.
Let's see.
You better be ready.
Let's see.
You better be ready.
You're talking shit.
Trust me. You better be ready. You're talking
We'll see.
shit.
We'll see.
You keep talking shit.
Don't run.
I'm
Okay?
gonna close your mouth.
Don't run.
Trust me.
Do not fucking
I will
run in the
close your
ring.
mouth.
But
Who
we'll
you
see.
think you are? You call yourself a spooky man?
I never mention
You
myself.
say
as a
you
biggie
think
man.
you're scared.
People
Who's
call
scared
me-
of you?
People call
I'm
me.
scared everywhere this
You fucking talking
Trust
shit.
me.
We'll see really much in
I will
the
beat the shit out of you.
Let's see.
Trust me.
You. Stand up.
What do you get?
We'll see.
What do you get?
You know.
What do you get?
No, you will know it on Sunday.
What do you get? Je sais pas ça put you down.
You're talking shit, man.
Je sais pas qu'à put you down. Now you came here talking trash.
You fucking talking shit,
Fuck you.
man.
Shut your dirty
You
mouth.
will never take that fight if
Hey,
they kill
you
you call,
understand
man.
me?
Fuck
I will
you.
fuck you up.
I take the fight in 24
I will
hours.
fuck you up.
Okay?
Nobody
Never
wanna
sleep.
fight you.
I fly
Trust me.
some days.
Nobody wanna fight you except me.
Fuck you, man.
Fuck.
Bro, I love this game. Ajagba's reaction. Ajagba's listen. I like this Ajagba. Very vocal, you know, like it is beginning to get in his reading, man. Of course, inactivity has been a big part, but I believe that hopefully he wins this fight because it's a dangerous fight for him. But also it's also a dangerous fight for Martín Bakole because listen, Ajagba can hurt Martín Bakole. It's not a matter of if, it's he can. Okay, and when he lands, he will hold Martín Bakole. Ajagba hits hard. A confident Ajagba is a dangerous one. This is a war. This is going to be a war, and I think the key to this fight, the keys to victory for Ajagba, let's say both fighters, for Ajagba it is the jab. You must listen. You have the longer reach. That jab, Ajagba has a good jab. You know, he has to, if it's time to go to war, you go to war. Bakole, on the other hand, I think if he wants to beat Ajagba, is to try put Ajagba under pressure. However, Ajagba is much more of a good counter puncher now, so you have to be wary of what's coming back as well. Man, Adewale, what do you make of the trash talk between both guys? And Ajagba saying, listen, I want to be the number one in Africa. In Africa, I'm the number one in Africa. And Bakole say, "Oh yeah, you know, S up and stuff like that." Yeah, man. I don't know if you saw that clip, but I think this is there's a fight I'm looking forward to the most. There's a fight I'm looking forward to the most. I'm not looking forward to the Canelo score fight. I'm not looking forward to the Ryan Garcia Romero fight. The David Haney Ramirez fight, those ones we know is gonna win already. But this one, Bakole, yeah, his last outing was nice. We know he took it on the 48 hours. However, he's still a dangerous guy and he's coming in shape now. But then if he underestimate Ajagba, he will be in for a big shock. Not only will he get stopped, he will get brutally knocked out. And that's fact. And also Billy Nelson is no longer vocal on Twitter like he used to. You know, it's crazy, man. Adewale, with your take on the fight is taking place tomorrow, man. I don't know what time it is on your side. I think it will be around 11 something a.m. over there. I think so.
Okay, the fight is in Saudi Arabia. That's true,
bro. How do they do this, bro? Do you know that there's 2 fight nights? One today, one tomorrow, both in different locations. One in Saudi, one in Times Square. Ajagba, are you going there?
Those guys are.
It's free, yeah. There's no ticket. I mean, to be there. I mean, I don't know if it's free. Yeah, man. They only give you a take before Ty comes in.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about the heavyweight fights. Very, very interesting trash talk. I haven't seen Ajagba come out of his shell like I saw him in the press conference. Ajagba is usually a quiet guy, a shy guy. But one thing that happens to people is when you find someone that you're more comfortable with, it brings out another aspect of you. So I feel like that's what happened when Ajagba faced Bakole, when they were exchanging those pleasantries on the table. Ajagba seeing someone like himself, probably for the first time in his professional career. And that made him jump out of become more comfortable to trash talk. And I liked it. I absolutely loved it. Bakole always feels like he's a bad guy. And in all fairness, he is very good fighter, very good KO against Jared Anderson. And to be honest, the knockout against Jared Anderson is why a lot of us really rate Bakole. But he's still a good fighter. And the loss against Joseph Parker diminished the fear, the aura surrounding him. But with all of that said, I feel like this fight is gonna be it's a 50-50 fight. I don't know who's going to win. I was slightly favoring Bakole before the Parker fight, but after the Parker fight, the now I think it's 50-50. May the best man win.
Yeah, man. Keys to victory.
Keys to victory, man. Bakole, I think he has faster hands than Ajagba. And for that reason, Ajagba would have to be very careful while managing the distance because once you get into that punching range, Bakole will let his hands go and it can hurt him. But same way Bakole can hurt Ajagba, Ajagba can hurt Bakole. And you rightfully said Ajagba has to use that jab. The jab might be coming slow, but hopefully he has trained properly during training camp to be able to throw like 500 jabs over a 12-round fight if it has to go the distance. Because if you can keep that guy at bay with the jab, the right hand can follow and do some major damage. So yeah, the jab, some good footwork. Ajagba doesn't really have footwork. He's average in that department. Same with Bakoli. But this fight is going to be there's going to be moments of firefights, like an exchange, like a war, like what we saw between Eubank and Conor Ben last week. We might experience some of that during this fight because both guys have some deficiencies, in terms of their from your end at that
No, it
point.
didn't stop. I didn't hear you anymore, but it's okay.
Yeah, because I spoke, so I'm assuming it has already recorded what I said.
No, it didn't. Because it just disappeared. I didn't hear you anymore. Tajabwe, are you there with us?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Yeah, man. What's your take on this? I know you're a fan of Ajagba and stuff like that, and we haven't really seen much of him the way I feel we should. But I don't know what's going on with I don't know. American fighters nowadays are not really. Ajagba is a Nigerian, but he fights from Texas, basically. A lot of the boxers in America are not that active, if you understand what I mean. It's not just a Jaguar, but I do feel the British fighters are more active, bro.
Yeah, that's it. You know what? That's an interesting take because I do believe the issue with that's going on right now is because of the lack of They have an Eddie Hearn over there, and what's this other guy? Daniel Boss trainer. I mean, not trainer, promoter. Frank Hearn.
Frank Warren.
Frank Warren.
They have those guys to continue having, movements and fights and all these stuff. The promoters in the U.S. are too different from the UK boxing. I always say UK probably has probably held the boxing title of promotions, and they know how to put on fights. They know how to promote. They're more the fan. They have better fans out there. They have more more fans who care about boxing out there than the U.S. because the U.S. lack the promoters, lack the broadcast. PBC is not doing any is not doing well. It looks like Dana White from UFC is trying to take over the U.S. Promotion of boxing and just take it over completely. You know, if you look at it, these guys are not really doing anything. So this is the right time for Dana White to probably come in there and do something. Which I think I don't like the idea of it, but it's because these guys are really not doing anything. They have amazing fighters here, but there's just the lack of promotion. I think PBC probably ruined that all entirely across the board for everyone in the U.S. Holding back fighters. I mean, there's a lot of fighters here, a lot that they're just not fighting. What happened to Jamel Charlo? What happened to the Charlo brothers? What happened to the Caleb Plant? These guys is just not fighting that the way they should be fighting. All across the board with each other. It's not happening. If you look at it, it's because of PBC. They're the ones who started this mess, and it's like these fighters have learned, and then like I'm not gonna fight anytime soon. So Dana White is probably gonna come in there and probably sign a couple contracts and have these fights have it going, and it's just the way it is. But that's how I see it. But onto the main topic. I think Adewale hit some good points. F.A. Ajagba is not a mover like that, but I feel like Martin Bakole is not a mover also, which is even worse than F.A. Ajagba. But I will say this: Martin Bakole's from his last fight against Jared Anderson, which we all could say, Jared Anderson. I've been on the fence against Jared Anderson. I don't know who he is as a fighter. As a fighter. I'm not saying I know him as a person. As a fighter, his mentality there as a fighter was not 100% for me. Coming in early, speaking the way he speaks, I'm like, man, this guy, I don't think he wants to fight. So him fighting a Martin Bakole, who's been in there, he hasn't had title shot, but he's been in there with some seasoned fighters. Right, it's like those gatekeepers that been in there with some serious fighters. If you put them wrong with somebody that just started boxing, they're gonna get destroyed, right? And that individual's not confident. Those gatekeepers are gonna destroy him. We've all assumed that Derek Chisora was a gatekeeper, or he is a gatekeeper, but you put him in there with somebody who's not ready for Derek Chisora, they're gonna get destroyed. Putting Martin Bakole against Jared Anderson, he got destroyed, man. The kid was not ready. Martin Bakole punches, they come in bunches, man. And for that to happen, but as you saw Martin Bakole's footwork, it was non-existent, right? Which Jared Anderson should have taken advantage of that. I don't know what they were thinking, but he didn't take advantage of that. But Martin Bakole's footwork is slower than F.A. Ajagba's. F.A. Ajagba has a nice stiff jab, but also his counter punch is better than Martin Bakole, right? So I think the thing is, if anything, they have learned from the Joseph Parker fight and the Jared Anderson fight. They might have put together something for F.A. Ajagba to be ready for. At the end of the day, Martin Bakole is still a big man, and he could tire out. And I've seen Jared F.A. Ajagba stamina. He has a heavyweight stamina, but it's better than the regular heavyweights. F.A. Ajagba is not as big as Martin Bakole, so he needs to use that to his advantage when the time comes, and then just continue unleashing on Martin Bakole after a certain amount of rounds. I mean, after 6 rounds, just start picking up the pace. Start picking up the pace. Eventually, Martin Bakole won't be able to handle that, and that's where it's gonna end. Martin Bakole is all talk, man. I believe every Ajagba was confident. He needs to be confident going into this fight. If he's not confident, he's going to get taken out by Bakoli's punch volume, and eventually a knockout is going to happen. But I do believe Efe Ajagba has the heart to continue and stand up if that does happen. But the key...
Ajagba has never been knocked out, huh? Like, he's been knocked down, but never knocked out. Ajagba has been hurt, really hurt, but he kept on fighting.
Yeah.
So he's never been stopped or anything like that. Bakole has been stopped twice. One against Michael Hunter. Some say he quit. I don't know what happened. The Parker fight, we saw it. I don't know. I don't think that's the best Martin Bakole anyway. So we'll see. Hello, yeah, Adewale, you want to say something or what?
Oh, sorry, man. Oh, my bad. I should have been muted. I was sneezing.
No problem, bro. It happens. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Tomorrow night, we'll react to it. And hopefully, Ajagba wins. I'm rooting for Ajagba to win this fight. I feel like Martin Bakole talked so much crap that he came back to bite him in the ass, when he fought Parker. But also, he got paid heavily for that, and he's fighting Ajagba now. So it's crazy, huh? But it's crazy that he's no longer for the IBF eliminator. So Ajagba, I think Ajagba took the fight because of I think the pay is good. Because
the pay and the exposure.
Some fighters wouldn't take it, man. Because that's the opportunity for him to become like basically a champion. Mandatory for the winner, for the champ. But it happens, man. Happens. Yeah, man. I wish Ajagba good luck, and I hope he gets the job done. Stay tuned, guys.